What is up? What is up? Hello. What's up with ya? I hope you came today to hear some good things. Okay, let me stop playing. But what's up, y'all? Welcome to Authentic Thursday with Kay. So excited to be here today. I'm glad to be alive. And yet again, we have another special guest. So, as everybody comes in and gets acquainted with the live, why don't you just go ahead and say hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited for you all to be here tuning in. And I'm so excited to have a special guest. So, this guy, he's really cool. Honestly, he's really, really cool. And I'm gonna share a story when we get on this live together when he gets on here. But Trey, CMD, which stands for Chasing My Dreams More, is an entrepreneur from Memphis. He is a humble man of God, and I'm blessed to know him. Actually, I'm blessed to have been in his presence and to be in his network. He's very humble, yet he has a great aura of confidence. It's something to be learned from this young man. And so this month we're going to be talking about men of the future. This literally came to my heart and to my mind. I was just sitting there, I guess at home, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, what do I want this new month to be about? It's a new month, and I wanted to highlight men. I really truly want to highlight men. So Authentic Thursdays are about having conversations about creativity, originality, faith, and excellence. We talk about entrepreneurship, self-worth, and so many current issues and current events that are happening right now. We get point of views from other people. We get to talk about money. We get to talk about all these different things, character, and so much more. So I'm going to be bringing him on in just a second, and he's going to get on here. Everybody, hey, how y'all doing? I see 5 of y'all on here. What's up? We here. And there go Trey. What's
Hey,
up?
how is everything going? How are you?
Everything is good. I can't even complain. I
It's a
decided to come
blessing.
outside today.
I was thinking about doing the same thing, but I was
Yeah,
like, nah, I just do it from the house.
yeah. Today, the skies ain't as necessarily just all blue or whatnot, but it's a nice day.
It's a nice day outside.
Can't
Nice
really
day.
complain. Can't really complain. So if you see me looking to the side, it's because I got some, like, my laptop is up here. I'm moving in front of me. So what you been
How's
doing
everything going?
today?
Getting ready for this moment. I've been getting ready for this moment.
Getting ready for this
Getting
moment, huh?
ready.
It's
Getting
a good
ready.
moment. It's a good moment.
Definitely.
I literally asked Trey, like, what, this week? I was like,
Yeah, it was like early this week or last week
early
or
this week,
something like
something
that.
like that, something like around the end of last week or like early this week. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I want you on here. We got to talk. And he immediately was like, yeah. So it wasn't even no, thought. It was like, yeah, we doing this thing. And then his energy has just been like super, super dope since. Yeah, he's
Yeah, do
amazing.
it.
So, okay. So we talk about men of the future. And this literally came to me like, I don't know. I was just sitting there. I know I told you when you asked me what it's gonna be about, I was like, I don't know, and pray on it. I'm just kind of think about it, sit on it a little bit, and for the love of God, I just was like, what can we talk about? What can I say? What can this month be about? So I wanted to be making it about the men of the future. And of course I told you we'll talk about your journey. So let's get into that really quick. I don't want to be long today. I kind of want us to be like, what, maybe 20, 25 minutes. But if it go how it go, then it just goes. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Okay.
going to go with the flow. But tell us a little bit about yourself, more than what I just told the people. They want to know who you are.
Well, like she said, my name is Trey Moore, better known as CMD Trey. I'm an entrepreneur, a believer, a man of God, and I just want to, help people reach their potential and reach mine as well, and serve God while I'm doing all of those. So that's who I am.
Yeah. That's amazing. when I think about you too, like I see some of the things that you post on Facebook or post on Instagram, and it's always like an uplifting, encouraging, and empowering from a standpoint of faith. And I think it's really unique because a lot of the times our generation, because you're how old, Trey? How old are you? People
I
don't know.
just turned 21 about 3 weeks ago.
21. So I asked Trey maybe whatever. I don't know when it was I asked you. But I was like, how old are you? You were like, I'm 20. And I was like, dang, you've been doing this, and that. So he's been kind of doing some stuff for a long time. Kind of tell us about that before I go into what I was about to say.
Um, I've been in the entrepreneurial field for a while. It all started, I want to say about ninth grade. Ninth grade, Memphis Catholic High School. We had work study jobs, and in Memphis Catholic, we had to pay a tuition to attend the school. So the work study jobs that we had paid, it covered some of our tuition. So by us having work study jobs, I was able to get real world, corporate experience, which gave me a even more, business mindset, and it showed me what I wanted to do in life. As well as me, I was like the chip and juice guy in school. So I had people coming to me all throughout the day, texting me throughout the period. Hey Trey, I need some chips. I need some candy. I'm like, okay, cool. Meet me here. Meet me there. I sold it. And that's when I developed like a entrepreneurial mindset. I remember one day. This is like a funny story. One day I was getting ready to go to my work study job, and the teacher. We had teachers to check us in. So one of the teachers, he said, Mr. Moore, he said, I've heard that you've been selling chips and candy. Is that true? And I knew if I told him it was true, he would have like taken all my stuff. So I said, no, it's not true. So he said, okay, well, if we catch you, then we're gonna have to confiscate it. So at that point, that's when I really started using my mind. I said, okay, cool. I can't get caught because I'm making good money in ninth grade. So I had a couple of my classmates to sell it for me, and that's when I really, became like, wow, this is really what entrepreneurship is about. Having people working. I'm not gonna say working for me because I didn't want to have a big ego like I had workers, but they would work selling the stuff for me, and I pay them, cut them a percentage, and from there, the rest was history. CMD
That's
just grew
wild. That's wild. It started in ninth grade.
about
That's
ninth
dope,
grade.
honestly. And it's like you had a knack for it. You began to grow an even like larger appetite for it. So what are you doing right now as far as
Well,
CMD?
right now, I actually just released my summer apparel. As you can see, I have one of the shirts on right now, and I'm in the process of getting ready to start up a youth entrepreneurial academy. So that's what I'm preparing for at this
Hey,
time.
that's what's up. A youth entrepreneur academy. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope. So, what even brings you to want to be with like the youth? Like, what's that about for you? Is it because you started so young, or
Well, with the youth, it was all about wanting to be their inspiration. Now we take it back to the brand CMD. I got that idea from a mentor, a big brother of mine, Will Barton. He's an NBA player for the Denver Nuggets. And he started his brand called Protect the Family. And I saw how they were moving and the things that he was doing for the people around him. So I was like, wow, I was motivated. And by him and I being so close to each other, I can call him on the phone and he give me advice. And I was like, I want to do something like that. And it also goes back to one day I was at my work study job in ninth grade. Retrans. It's a logistics company. It's off of Poplar. And I was talking to my cousin Cameron, rest in peace to him. I was talking to him like, bro, we got to come up with something that'll, help us put our people and our loved ones and friends in positions to be able to take care of their families and be successful as well. So he was like, what you think, bro? I'm like, do CMD, chasing my dreams. So when I told him that, he was like, that's it. And from there, they just where I got that hunger for helping people. I've always been it's not about me, it's about you type of person. So just starting that and having that inspiration and motivation behind it really just pushed it. And for the youth, I just have a heart for them. When I was young, I really didn't have people that did what I'm trying to do right now for the youth. So it just gave me a extra edge, an extra motivation to go, to just do it, and be that person that they could look to. Because we have children in Memphis and all around the country that come from different environments. So If they can look
Right.
at me and see that, okay, if you can overcome certain situations and obstacles, then I can do the same. And I just wanted to be that person for them.
Ah, he just wants to give back. That's a beautiful heart. That's a beautiful
Definitely.
mind to have. Honestly, honestly. So, yeah, like I was saying, for a young man who is like 21, who just turned 21, it's unique to always more so be coming from a stance of talking about God and like being an entrepreneur and everything like that, because so much is like so many things are meant to take your eye from what your foundation is. And so I think that's really, really unique about you. So I want to ask you this. Um, and hopefully you can give me the best answer. We just want to hear your perspective. There's no right or wrong here. This is like you. No, it's all about you. So
Okay.
here's the question. What makes a man, in your own thoughts? Like if you could just tell us what you think makes a man, let us know.
In my opinion, what makes a man is him being able to stand firm on his foundation and not let anyone or anything make him change his mind about it. For me, God is the foundation of everything that I do. So nothing that no one can tell me or nothing that no one can say about me will make me change that. And by me having that strong mindset and strong faith in him, that what makes me feel like I'm a man. No one can take that away. No one can take my integrity, my morals, my principles away, because that's what I stand on. And I stand on the word of God. And when you stand on that, no one can. There's nothing no one can do.
Oh,
So that's what I feel like.
that's what's up. So I like what you said, standing on your own foundation, which is God. So you mentioned like going to Catholic school. How was
I
that?
did. It was definitely a transition, because coming from public schools, it was something that I had to get adjusted to. But
Mm,
I can say that it changed me for the better. The environment, the small environment, and it also gave me a deeper foundation and a deeper relationship with God. Although I'm not a Catholic, but the Bible is the Bible. You really can't
mm-hmm.
switch it up. You can't duplicate it. It is what it is, and by me being forced to read it and take religion classes, I feel like that made me a man. That made me more
Mm.
mature, more spiritually mature. Anyway, and like I said, it helped me develop a real relationship with God, not a play one, not uh I'm just going to school and when I read the Bible, I read it. No, it gave me a true foundation, a solid foundation. And I'm
Right.
not saying that I didn't have one in the beginning, because I grew up in the
Right.
church. I
Right.
grew up in church, but when you become older, you start to see things for yourself. It wasn't just, oh, you're going to church. As a child, I was forced to go, so I didn't have any options to stay at home or anything. But when I got older, it made me want to receive God more, and that's definitely what I can say about the Catholic school system. It made me a more mature individual.
I like what you said. Growing up in church and then making that transition, it allowed you to want to receive God more. I think that's really beautiful because I really do truly identify with that same thing. And I just want to stop real quick and say hello to everybody who's joining. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? But I can definitely identify with it because I was also raised. My grandfather is a pastor, and like my great grandmother had 13 children. 12 are still alive, and about 7 of them became pastors. I always tell people this when they like kind of ask me about me and where my like speaker and education type of thing comes from. So I really do identify with, being able to be in a space where I'm still allowing myself to receive God. I think that's dope. And it plays
Definitely.
a lot of roles into faith. And your brand is chasing my dreams. And I think a lot of people um can say that they're doing that. And I know like during the pandemic we have seen a lot of people like come up out of the woodworks, out of whatever you want to say, whatever you want
Definitely.
to call it, and say they starting this, they doing that. Um, but I mean, I think what really sets entrepreneurs really apart, and we'll see that as years to come, is like that hunger, the appetite that you had when you were in ninth grade. You even wanted to
Definitely.
negotiate, like, hey, I ain't trying to stop making this money. How can I like not make not tell him the truth
Oh yeah,
about what I'm doing?
definitely. And also to take it back, I forgot to mention this. It was some my mom. She was like a team mom. I played football and basketball. My sister played basketball. And my mom made some sandwiches one day. I still to this day don't know the full recipe, but everybody in the school were like, Trey, bring me some sandwiches. What kind of sandwiches did your mom make? So once everyone started, requesting them, I'm like, okay, this is another stream of income right here. And I think one day my maximum order, I think I sold like 55. And at that point, I knew once you have a product that everybody wants, it's nothing that they won't do to buy it. And it gave me another edge, and it let me know, like, yo, this is entrepreneurship is definitely for me.
Ah, you said something. Multiple streams of income. I think um kind of what sets Generation Z and the millennials apart. I think no. Is it Generation Z, like the one that's after us? I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Um, what sets us
it
apart
is.
is like we don't necessarily want to work for someone else our entire life. I know for me personally, I am working on multiple streams of income. So
Definitely.
outside of that, like, could you give some insight on like maybe what people can be doing to, acquire different multiple streams of income? Like, what do you see people do? What are you around? That is something that not necessarily easy to get into, but you can adapt a mindset or adopt a mindset to get into. Do you know anything like that you can give to somebody who's watching who may be aspiring to start
Well,
a
I
thing?
say it's up to each and every individual, depending on what their desires are, what they're interested in. I know it's easy to if you have maybe $100, you can go get a lawnmower and start a lawn service. You know, it's simple as that. You can start your own cleaning service just by having cleaning supplies and asking people, "Hey, can I clean your house, or can I clean your business, or whatever?" It's multiple things and multiple avenues to bring in income.
Mm,
And I want to say this: it's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, and I say that because when I first started my journey, I set groceries at Kroger. I think I made like $7.35 an hour. But the thing about that was that I used that experience to teach me new business things, and the money that I made from it, that's the money that I invested with. So when you see CMD, you see from the beginning. I want to say it started in 2015. The money that I was having, to invest in it came from Kroger. It came from sacking groceries up. So I often hear people say, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. But how do you expect to jumpstart your business with no income, with no funds? Money is
mm,
not gonna fall out the sky. You have
mm,
to get it some way. So that's what I
mm.
tell anyone. It's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Don't let your pride get in the way of your destiny. And that's what
Ah,
I tell anybody who aspires to be an entrepreneur or wants to have a successful empire. You have to start somewhere. You have to start
somebody
somewhere.
hashtag destiny over pride. Just put that in the comment box right now. Hashtag destiny over pride, because that was a gem. They gonna need
It,
that on the way home. They gonna need that for the rest of the week. I'm telling you.
so
That was
so
good.
so that's why I say, never let your pride get in the way of the desires that you want. I'll probably work. I can't even count how many jobs I worked. I worked at Kroger. I worked at my interns. I worked at Regional One year, right beside the CEO. Right beside the CEO, and that experience gave me, boardroom experiences. It told me how to navigate, or how to, form a team. I worked
Mm.
at where else did I work? I had so many jobs. I worked Centos. That was my latest internship. I did multiple sales deals. I did production, office work, just everything to make me a more well-rounded entrepreneur. So that's why I tell
Yeah.
people, experience is the best teacher. You can jump out in the field and go head first, and you might not know where you might land. But if you had that
Yeah.
education and experience, then you'll be better off. And experience
Right.
doesn't necessarily have to come from school. I also want to touch on it. Yes, I'm in college, and in colleges, I definitely would say is beneficial, but experience is the best education because what's in a book, you may not you may not need that when you're working. So if you can
Mm.
find something to do an easier way by being hands on with it, and it can teach you the same thing that a book could teach you even more. I say take that. But I'm
Yeah.
not. If college is the way to go for you, I salute it. It's definitely, I'm pursuing a degree right now, so I wouldn't knock it. But I say that the hands-on experience that's the best way.
Yeah, that's what's up. If I could just push what you said just a little bit further, because I think this is something that people need to hear. And I say this when people say what you said, use that phrase, experience is the best teacher. But I learned from John Maxwell, who was a well-known like leader in everything, influencer from like he used to be a preacher and everything. John Maxwell is awesome. Y'all need to go look him up and listen to him or whatever. But he says evaluated experience is the best teacher. And
Mm,
so when I think about that, it's like, oh yeah, I could have, let's just talk about relationships because like relationships is always a hot topic. So if I dated a guy or if you dated a woman and it ended right and it kind of maybe ended badly, however you want to say that, but if you are going through the motions of after you break up and you just kind of get into it with somebody else or get into another relationship with somebody else, you don't necessarily give yourself time to evaluate what you did wrong, where
definitely.
you went wrong, and where that person went wrong as well. Or just even like you talk about school, yeah, like you can pick up that book and everything like that, but that experience that you get with that hands on, if you evaluate what you're learning, not just like with the hands on, but what the conversation is. I like how you said you were in the rooms and you heard different conversations. So really evaluating, taking it a step further is like really evaluating, even if it's from like hindsight, like what's going on can always help that person push forward and go for whatever it may be. But I'm glad you even addressed the 9 to 5 life or whatever, because people do try to bash it. And I'm like, it's not necessarily, something you need, we need to necessarily bash, because it can be insurance, it can be the contingency plan to our entrepreneurship. For real.
Definitely. Definitely. Majority of the successful entrepreneurs, the most successful ones in the world, had a 9 to 5. I was watching the Damon John interview. He's probably my favorite, if not one of my favorite entrepreneurs. And he was talking about how he worked the Red Lobster for years, to get Fubu off the ground. And he's $100 million plus man. So if he can do it and his pride wasn't in the way, we're not any better.
Right.
We're not. So,
Or
that,
any
that's
worse.
exactly, and that's how I see it.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this, because I think this is good too. Because we're I talking about the future as well as the present. We're in the present moment talking about the future. So I want to know, and we as listeners want to know, what is your vision for the future, for yourself or even the world around you? What are you seeing?
For myself, I honestly I don't make my my own plan, so that would be kind of hard for me to say. I'm honestly, truly, I'm following whatever plan God has for me.
Mm,
I plan to fulfill my purpose, and I know my purpose is to motivate, inspire, and to help put others in positions to better their lives. So that's my future for me. I really can't see what exactly is gonna happen in the next year for me, the next 2 years, because like I said, it's not my plan. But I
I
see I
like
see
that.
greatness. I see greatness. I know God is moving, and
Yeah.
I'm just
I
going
like
with the
that
flow.
answer because I think it reassures some people, we always like gotta have it figured out. We always
Yeah,
got to have like, oh, from A to B to B to C to C to D. But it's a luxury when you can just lean in on some uncertainty. Like you can just trust in the divine power to lead and guide you to give you whatever you need at the right time. But
definitely.
also being prepared. And I think because I was listening to Will Smith, but I think I had this inside me before he actually said the words. But to be a learner of life, like life is a classroom itself, and it's
Definitely.
teaching you. And that goes back to those experiences, goes back to the evaluated experience. But I really love that answer because I just want people to know who are watching. You don't always have to have it all laid out. Like, give yourself
Exactly.
room to adjust
Definitely.
and to be knocked off. And I feel like COVID has done that thing. Like, it has caught us off guard,
Definitely. It
and you
has.
got to
It
be willing
has.
to.
A lot of plans have been,
Yes,
deterred.
y'all.
A lot of our plans, they didn't go through because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not about what we want. It's not about
Mm.
what we plan. It's all about the man above and what he has for us. So, if our plans align with his, more power to us. But at the end of the day, we should just give him the upper hand and let him work and have his way.
They
That's
are
how I
loving you
feel.
in the comments. They're saying, amen. They're saying our plan will only work if it complements with God's plan. Come on, little brother. Like, they are loving what you're saying. So we're gonna keep this rolling. I got about maybe four more questions or
Okay.
three more questions actually. But I like to be authentic as well. However, what is it like being a strong young man of faith who is an entrepreneur? Like, what do people say about you, or what do you wish people would say? Like, what is the atmosphere you or aura that you want to give off, and what is the legacy you want to kind of leave behind, if that all makes sense to what I'm saying or
The
asking?
the aura I want to give off is just one authentic one. I want people to know when they come around me that, you know, I'm me. What you see is what you get, and I want them to be inspired at the end of the day because like I said earlier, that's my purpose. I know that's my God-given purpose to motivate and inspire people. So when you come around me, I want you to be open to being inspired. Be open to knowledge and wisdom because that's what I had to apply to them. And I
Mm,
just want my legacy to be, like I keep saying, whatever the man above's plan is. But what I desire is to be remembered is a strong man who stood on his morals and principles and didn't compromise for anything, no matter the situation, no matter the amount of money that was thrown my way. What I believe in, that's what I'm standing on. And like I said, no amount of money, no business, no person can take that away from me.
yeah. Mm, good stuff. Good stuff. So what is it that you can tell young black men who may be the same age as you, or maybe a year or so older, or even younger, about character and drive?
Character is everything. Character determines if you're gonna elevate or if you're gonna downgrade. You
Mm,
have to. For me, when I wake up every day, I tell myself, let's be better than we were yesterday. And like I said, that goes along with character. If I can better my character, then I'm better in my situation. If I can better my situation, then I'm better in everyone around me. So I say your character is everything. Your spirit is
mm,
everything. I think I made a post the other day. A foul spirit, you will never prosper. And this spirit
mm,
has a lot to do with the character you have. If you have a
mm,
positive spirit, a positive character, then a lot of things you will do, you will prosper and elevate in life. But if it's foul, if it's not right, uh, with God, then you will never prosper. And just your drive is everything. That's your work ethic and drive and ambition to want to achieve whatever it is that you set out or whatever it is that God set out for you to achieve. That's everything. You can't.
mm.
They always say prayer, faith without works is dead, and it's true. You can't just sit around and no, I said faith without works is dead. You can't sit
Yeah,
around and
yeah,
just say
yeah.
God, can you bless me with it? You have to put in some work, and
Oh
sometimes it
yeah.
may be the work that you might not wanna put in, but at the end of the day, this was gonna get you to the next level. So any
Yeah.
young men, I think anyone can take from this. It doesn't have to
Mhm.
be just men. It can be women. It can be elders or whatever. Make
Mhm.
sure that your character is intact. Make sure that you're working for what you want. Nothing is gonna be
Mm.
handed to you. Nothing is gonna be is falling out the sky. This is real life. You really
Mm.
have to work for things, and that's my advice to the people.
So I'm interested to know, Trey. I'm really interested. And this is not a question that I wrote down or anything, but it just came to my mind. It circled around twice, so I know I'm supposed to ask this, right? So, what has pain taught you?
Pain. You said what has pain taught me?
Pain. Yeah. Like, ow.
Pain has taught me a lot from dealing with, deaths of close friends and family members to me, to failing in life. And one of my biggest sayings to myself is, failure is what brought success my way. The
Mm,
pain is what brought it my way. Going through things, and things teach me what I don't want to go through, or teach me how to do things a different way, so that I won't have to repeat the cycle. That's everything to me. And I feel like it's
mm,
made me a better man, a better entrepreneur, a better brother, a better family man, a better significant other, and everything. Just knowing what I had to do to overcome it, and the things that I don't want to have to go through again. So
mm. Pain is I ask that because we sometimes run away from it, right? Like we
definitely,
don't necessarily want the pain. But like you said, it's because of the pain that I know my successes are like I deserve. I deserve this because of the pain that I have endured, or the pain that I have seen from my whoever may have, been in my life, whether there's mothers, fathers, brothers, deaths, whatever that may be. Pain teaches us a lesson that like your successes cannot.
definitely,
And the more that we try to run away from it, the more that you are running away from purpose. Because I literally delivered a message again for the second time, and this time I wanted to say that I'm turning that pain into power and purpose.
mm,
And if you want to turn that pain, and this is for somebody on here because I'm going here, if you want to turn that pain into profit, I mean, what you do with your pain is on you. But I always have my motivation quotes come to me, and if you're gonna be in pain for something, you might as well get rewarded.
definitely,
You
definitely.
might as well. You might as well keep fighting. If I seen one of them, it came to my phone and said, "If you're going through hell, you might as well keep on going."
Keep going.
Why stop? Why stop and
Definitely,
just sit there with the pain? Because
definitely.
it hurts, but it's like I think TD Jakes was saying, and I think he was talking to Oprah, and it's just like when you experience that pain, it's like that's how you really know that if we're talking about faith in God, like that, He's there. Because sometimes you
Definitely.
don't have nobody that can understand the pain that you're currently experiencing. And what we're experiencing now globally, so many deaths has happened. So many people are grieving from not being able to, see their parents or cousins or whoever it may be, that have passed away from COVID. They have not been able to give them a proper burial. It's so many different things that they're experiencing right now, and even with the colorism, racism, sexism, um, that is still lingering, we all are experiencing some type of pain. But I know that, I mean, we've always experienced it, whether you're black, white, purple, green, yellow, whatever. We've all experienced it, and it's always teaching us, and it's always bringing us to our next level, to our next success. And that kind of
Definitely.
gives, like, drives me into this question here, and that'll be my last one. If you whatever, and we can go into like how people can find you and how they can purchase from you and all those great things. So
Okay.
the last question I have is, what are your thoughts on the current topic of black men? This is a hot topic right now. Black men need to protect black women, and how do you do that? I like
How
that.
black, how black men? You said how black men need to protect black women.
Yes. What are your current thoughts on this like hot topic of men need to protect black women? I think black women are calling out and crying out and saying, "Black men, we are not protected how we should be." So, what are
Definitely.
your thoughts?
Well, I agree 100% with the women. I have a mother. I have three sisters who, you know, I plan to protect each and every day. So I definitely agree. But my thing is that black women, a lot of them that say it, they should be more receptive to being, protected by the black men.
Mm,
It's I feel like sometimes it's kind of a one-sided street that the black women. Well, I'm not just gonna say black women, but people expect things from people, but don't want to sacrifice what it takes to receive it. So the women have to be receptive and open to allowing us to do our job.
I
That's just
agree.
that's just
I
my thing.
totally agree. That women, if you're on here and you're listening, if you feel like you are underprotected, undervalued, underappreciated, whatever it may be, it is time to voice that in a mannerable and civil and considerate way. Because what I also ask myself though is like, if black men are protecting us, then does that leave the black man unprotected?
Mm.
And how do black women reciprocate that same protection and that same value to our black men, because we both need each other. I feel like there's been this sense of competition between not only black men
Definitely.
and black women, but definitely between black women. I see it all the time with these 25 millimeter lashes. They get longer and longer and longer. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, definitely.
But definitely women being open to receive, that value of protection from the black man. And Trey, how do you do that? Like, for the women that how do you protect them? Like, is it like on a daily or a weekly? Like, what is something that you kind of do to make sure that the women around they are valued and appreciated by you?
Well, I affirm them often. Like my mother, my sisters, my women in my life, I reassure them each and every day. Like, I'm here for you. You don't have to go through anything alone. If you're feeling the type of way, if anything is on your mind, on your heart, let me pray for you. Let me be here for you. And I feel
Mm,
like that's almost the best way. Not all the time are we gonna be able to be there physically with them. So, let me assure you, let me tell you, and if you need me, and if I'm here physically, then I'll do that. But like
mm,
I said, it goes back to them receiving it. We can do all that we want, that we plan to do, but it's up to them to receive it. So if I tell you I'm here for you if you need me, and if you go through something and you don't call me or reach out, and then you say that I'm not here for you, whose fault is that?
that's true. That's true. That's true. And I can say I have not always been open to being protected, and that we can go so far with that. But I want to give a quick recap. We have talked about, because some people are just now tuning in, and somebody texted me. Hold on, let me put that on mute. It's on my laptop. Uh, so we're gonna recap. He's talked about his journey. He's talked about being a man of faith and being foundational and immovable on his faith. He's talked about what it takes to have character and drive. He's talked about how he started in ninth grade with his entrepreneurship, and his appetite just grew. He just launched his summer not summer brand, but he just launched this summer his apparel for his brand called Chasing My Dreams. Let me get it right. Chasing My Dreams, CMD the brand. He's talked about mentorship and how that played a huge role in his life. We've also talked about, what his vision is for the future and the world around him. And he definitely said that his future is in God's hand. And we talked about like just being okay with that. So if you do want to rewatch this, I mean, I'll leave it up here. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be up for replay. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. And he also said, put your destiny over your pride. Put your destiny over your pride and get those experiences, because experiences are gonna teach you exactly what you need to know for your destiny. So Trey, can you tell us like how we want to get some apparel? We want to support black business. We want to be a part of your vision. We want to be a part of God's plan. Let us know, how can we do this?
You can reach out to me on Facebook at Trey Moore. I'm sure my name is on here somewhere.
It
On
is.
Instagram CMD the brand. You can reach out, DM me, or DM the page your inquiries. You can follow me. My personal page is CMD CEO Trey on Instagram, and my Twitter the same handles. So that's how you can
Okay.
reach out to me, and you can email CMD the brand any questions, any inquiries that you may have about placing an order, or anything pertaining to the brand.
Awesome. If you could comment in the comment box for them to see it, so it can always be attached to this video, that'd be great while I kind of wrap this thing up. I also want to kind of let you know what I got going on as well. So outside of this, I am planning a virtual summit, and it's called Mindset Reset Upgrade. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have some experts. I'm about have about 5 to 10 experts. And they're going to dive into 7 dimensions of your life. 7 dimensions. And I know you talked about God and everything. So we're going to start off talking about emotional wellness, mental health, physical fitness, spiritual wellness. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about career, and we're going to talk about relationships, because that all matters to the person. And it's about the totality of a person. So I'm really excited about this virtual summit. It's coming up August 10th through the 15th. I'm so excited. We're going to have some really good experts. We're going to have people speaking from California, Florida, and from the Mountain Time Zone. So I'm super excited about it. And we even have one of our speakers on here tonight, Mr. Lionel. I cannot wait. He's going to give it to us raw and ready. He's also a man of faith. But I did want to let the viewers know who are watching now, a little sneak peek. You're going to see some more as this grows, but I definitely wanted to share that. And I want to say to you, Trey, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming and having this conversation with me. It's been good. I think people have learned a lot, and you have done exactly what your purpose is: inspired and motivated and educated some people tonight. So
Thank you.
thank you.
I wanna thank you for giving me this opportunity. I greatly appreciate it. I respect and admire what you're doing with your platform and how you're using it to give others an opportunity to impart wisdom or knowledge or just game into the world. I really appreciate it. Keep going. You have my full support, 100%. Whatever I can do to help further your brand or your endeavors, I'd be humble to do so.
Thank you so much. So y'all know what I like to say, and I'm gonna kind of add some more to it. We are healthy, wealthy, and wise here. But also, you always have to remember that to be inspired and to live your life with peace, love, and be a light. Be a light for someone. Thank you all so much for commenting and being tuned in. We'll be back here next week with another special guest. This is the month of Men of the Future, and Trey, you are definitely a man of the future. So
Thank
we
you. I
out.
appreciate it. Y'all
Bye,
be
y'all.
blessed.